Good morning to all 10 of you guys. Y'all up early today.
Super early.
I think summer break started for all the kiddos now.
Did
My
it? I
niece
thought
and
it was-
nephew officially went on summer break on Friday, so this is like their first week
this past
with
Friday?
no school. Yeah.
Because my godson goes on vacation. I think it's this coming Friday.
Schools are weird now. I feel like some people are barely going to proms when I'm like,
Yeah.
weren't proms like 2 months ago? Like that year-round school, I don't.
Yes.
I need 3 months off in the summertime. Like I need that long break.
Can we get that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, do we get
can
that
we
at
get
the
that?
Fumble? Do we get?
Who do we talk
I
to?
mean, there's no
Who do we
sports
talk to?
really going
Well,
on, so
there-
maybe we should, right after NBA Finals, we should take a break until football preseason starts.
I feel like we're being ignored. Are we being ignored right now? It seems like we're being ignored
Okay,
right now.
guys, they have headphones on, so you can hear us. Do we need to speak into the mic? Hello, can you hear me?
Good try, though. Good try.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. First, let's ask you guys what you guys thought of last night's Warriors and Raptors game. Let's see what they have to say in the comment section, because I know I have an opinion. You have an opinion.
I do.
We'll get into it shortly. Let's wait for people to get some sleep out of their eyes. But Chris Clark is sick today, for all of you guys wondering. I would say he's probably sick because Kevin Durant got hurt. And he was expecting Kevin Durant to possibly go to the Knicks. Later we'll get into if we think he's going to now stay with the Warriors because of this injury or how that affected it. But Chris Clark is out. We hope you feel better, Chris.
Yeah. Jamming.
But I'm not complaining. I have Jackie with me today, so... Which we both have our black on.
We do. It's like
matched.
matchy.
Yeah, we were ready to
Great
go
minds.
today.
Great minds. Okay, so we got Jammin who says...
some of you guys are at school right now. You guys are not...
Wait, what?
Appreciate y'all being on live with us
Don't
while
they
you're
make
in
you
class.
take away your phones? And aren't you supposed to be
Now
paying
people
attention?
have like those headphones, like just the earbuds with no wires. Just put your hair in front of it.
Well, I guess if you're getting ready to go on break, then maybe y'all are just chilling. But when you're
just watching like movies and stuff last couple days of class, you better not be taking a final trying to get some answers. I'll give you the answer to number 3. It's C.
Ojo Anthony says Raptors fans did not deserve to win last night for cheering the KD
I got some
injury.
stuff to say about that too.
I do too. Yeah. Because as a Cowboy fan, you've seen that kind of cheering when
we do not.
No,
we
because
do not cheer with the when
people have done it against the Cowboys.
Yes.
Especially there was that time when Michael Irvin went down and Des Bryant went down and the Philadelphia Eagles fans were cheering for that. So just get that in there, boo Eagles fans, because that's not the right way to go. CNJ Soldier says Kevin Durant is the GOAT and the Warriors kind of need him. Curry is a god, but not too much against Kawhi. And
it always takes an injury for people to love you back, because the Fumble fans are not very nice to Kevin Durant. They always call him a snake, always hating on him. Now he's the GOAT. I think this is the first Kevin Durant GOAT I've ever seen.
It's only one.
Yeah.
He's a Judas to me. So, but that's, going to a team that you couldn't beat.
What's up, Pocket Rockets? I don't know what that is. I hope it's not anything really bad. But hi.
Especially this early in the morning. We do not need Pocket Rockets at this early
I don't know what a Pocket Rocket is.
You don't know what a pocket... Britt, I've seen the comments. You know what a Pocket Rocket is.
I don't know what a Pocket Rocket is.
I love how she's playing on innocent
I really
right now.
don't.
You're so cute and innocent.
Somebody slack me and tell me what a Pocket Rocket is.
Okay, let me just paint the visual. It's in your pocket, and it's ready to launch, like a rocket.
Oh, you little... I can't. It's too early for that, guys. Come on. This is a morning show. This is not late night TV.
Right.
Okay?
Daniel Donovan, hey, how you doing? He says, I was shaking so much last night I could hardly walk. Yes, for those of you guys who were in Wingstop where I watched the game last night, I understand that that's not a sporting establishment, and I might have been a little loud, so my apologies.
You would think it would be, maybe,
you would think,
know?
But no, everybody kept looking at me and going, shh. I'm like, you shush.
Right. I was at home in bed watching it. Okay, so this is so not a sports topic, but I started watching Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
It actually gives me nightmares. That's why I'm a little tired today, but I like binge watch shows, so I was like literally up till 1 o'clock in the morning. I was so into the show, I didn't even start watching the game till after halftime.
Okay.
I was like, okay, first half, I got to get an episode in, and then I'll watch the second half.
So you're on season 2?
Yes.
Okay, when you get through season 2.
How many seasons are there?
We're on season 3 right now.
Okay.
And I was going to do a spoiler, but I'm not.
Don't.
Although
And none of you guys in the comments tell me anything about it either.
I will say that it's kind of, like you said, it's scary because there's some things that are going on now that you're like, no,
it's freaking happen. It could really happen. Like,
Yes.
come on now. This is crazy.
All Around Clutch says, only reason I don't want Raptors to win is because of Drake. Oh, come on. He's not even a player. And he's got, you know you like some Drake songs. Let me know. I bet
everybody likes a little Drake. Come on now. Do y'all girls think the Warriors will make a comeback, says Zach Mitchell. The only time there's ever been a comeback from 3-1 was the Cavs against the Warriors.
James. Don't just say the Cavs. You got to say LeBron James. Do not skip over that.
33 times it has never been a comeback, and one time there has, and that was a couple seasons ago. So, I mean, it would be very interesting to see the Warriors do to somebody what was done to them, but the odds are against them.
The odds are not in their favor.
Yes.
However, you can never count out the Warriors, and that's, I think, what we saw last night. I'm personally going to blame the loss on Nick Nurse and that timeout, but I'm sure we'll talk about that later.
And maybe who they gave the ball to in the last seconds of the game.
I mean, I don't know why
That's
Kawhi,
something to talk about.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why. Kyle Lowry is not the person that shoots that last shot, and under no circumstances would I let Kawhi do that. So, you know, Joey says Raptors in 6. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, the good thing is here for all you Warriors fans is we're not finished with Oracle Arena yet.
Yeah.
You know, people thought maybe Game 4 was going to be the last game ever played in that stadium. As you guys know, they're going to be playing in a new arena next season. And who knows, are they going to end on a sweep at home in the finals?
I hope so.
Like,
I hope that's how that goes. The Warriors can come back from 3-1. The Warriors came back down 3-1 against OKC. Yes, they did.
They did.
But that is not, or Devon Hill, that's not the same as the finals.
It's not.
But yes,
Definitely
you're right.
not.
You're right. Cody says Golden State Warriors in 7. Now, I actually said Raptors in 6. That was my original prediction. So, but I'll still go with you on Raptors in 7. I won't go Warriors in 7.
I don't know. I mean, I think it ends in 6 too. So
yeah,
I think it ends in 6. We have tons to talk about with this series.
What was your overall
More
thoughts
people
of the
are
game,
waking
though?
up.
Like your overall thought of the second half, since you was the handmaid first half.
So my second half, or the second half of the game, Kawhi had a horrible third quarter. So I didn't really see the Warriors do great without Kawhi being great. So that's why I literally see the Raptors winning in 6, because Kawhi didn't even have a very good second half. For the Warriors to not be able to, with all of their other all-stars that they have, let's not forget Kevin Durant's not the only person. You should still be able to win that game. You have 4 other all-stars on your team.
Right.
Granted, 2 of them weren't all-stars this year, but they were last year, you know? So, like, you should be able to still win that game. So I didn't see anything. And the Warriors were still able to hit their threes.
Right.
So for you guys to still be able to hit your threes, actually I think going into the third quarter, the Raptors were only shooting 20% from 3. So for them to catch up to you guys, mostly by making 2s. I know Kawhi had that run where he scored 9 in a row, but like for the Raptors to be able to only lose 1 point behind you guys, and Kawhi didn't have a very good game. He still scored 26 points, but they had 6 guys on the Raptors roster in double digits. So just them being able to just shoot 2s and catch up to you guys, and like, I don't know, that like, and I feel like the Warriors were still playing Warriors basketball. So it's like to see them still play relatively well and they barely win.
I thought the Raptors brought a lot of this loss on themselves. Obviously, that timeout by Nick Nurse, I'm still blaming it on that, because the last thing you do is give the Warriors a chance to regroup. You know what I mean? Because they do what they do. They're the Warriors. But I also thought that last three-point shot shouldn't have happened. They were horrible shooting the three the entire game. Yeah. And you only needed 2 to win.
Just take it to the house.
Go inside. That shot has been working for them. But that's one of the things the Warriors do.
And that's what they did the majority of the game.
The majority of the game. And the majority of the threes weren't falling. But I feel like that's what the Warriors do. They put you in this panic mode, especially when, because Klay had 2 in a row. I'm sorry, Steph had 2 in a row, then Klay had 1. And then you start to panic like, oh my God, this is what the Warriors do. They're coming back and they're getting threes. So now we have to get threes. That's not what you have to do. You have to play your game. Because if you play the Warriors game, you'll lose.
Yeah. So, okay, are we ready to get into this party now?
Let's get into this party. Are you guys awake out there? I hope you guys are awake.
We got 60 people still watching. I don't know if the guy that is in class right now is still watching. For all of you guys who just joined us, Chris Clark is out. He is sick. Kevin Durant got hurt, so that's why Chris is probably at home crying.
Mm-hmm. He's probably not. He's a Knicks fan. He's used to pain. He's fine.
Yeah, but he really was like banking on Kevin Durant possibly going to the Knicks. So we think this injury could have possibly changed the outcome of what that could have been. We'll talk about that later. But let's get into this. Katie is down.
Yes.
Right, Achilles. He is having an MRI today, probably as we speak right now. It's on the West Coast. Still kind of early, so we probably won't get those results till later. If they happen during the show, we will update you guys on that. I
just want to say, I told you, Katie. I told you not to play this game, and I told you for 2 reasons. One, don't mess up your money. You know what I mean? If you are hurt in any sort of way, now I know yesterday I said that I thought he was playing it up. I take it back. Clearly I was wrong. But you never, it's the same thing I told Zion when Zion came back from his shoe exploding. Like, don't mess up your money.
Yeah.
I get that you want to play in that championship.
He got lucky and did. But
because he's the bigger guy.
Anyway.
They did. So it's not, KD, don't mess up your money, because you are looking forward to July, and I believe in his heart of hearts he's out anyway. So unless you're really thinking about staying, there's no point in pushing yourself through this injury. I understand that the locker room was like, hey, Klay's playing through some injuries, Looney's playing through some injury, Steph looks sick a lot, so I get that.
And for them to bring Looney back, I think was kind of crazy too, because he was supposed to be out the whole rest of the playoffs. So,
and he was wincing the whole game.
Yeah, he was in, that baby boy was in pain.
The whole game.
He was in pain, and that was just such a desperate move for the Warriors, and I think that negatively affects their players, and to me it's not worth it, especially when you're looking down the line to get long-term guys to stay there, and obviously we'll talk about it a little bit later, but Bob Myers crying and stuff like that. I just think it was, I don't know, it's just not, it wasn't a smart move. But maybe it was, because maybe this is, now Kevin Durant has to stay.
Well, I mean, if that was your end goal.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was your end goal.
If he does stay, do you think he's coming back 2021 season?
No, I mean, no. The Achilles injury is, first of all, it's a very difficult injury to come back from. We've rarely seen somebody come back and be the same person they were before the injury. So I definitely think he has to stay with the Warriors now. I definitely don't think he comes back next season, or if he does, he comes back super late in the season. And if that's the case, it's entirely going to depend on where they're at, if they're going to be in finals contention or not, if they'll bring him back. But again, like I always say, if you're out for that long and then you come back, you're out of sync. Yeah. Like Boogie. I mean, Boogie did have an impact on the game last night, but he had 2 goaltendings, a moving screen.
Yeah, I think at the end, that fourth quarter, he kind of forgot how to play basketball. Right. He forgot some of the rules of the game.
Right. But I thought he had a
You can't blame him. He's almost, he played barely 20% of the season.
Yeah.
So.
But he did have, he had an impact in the game. But again, he also was a detriment to the game.
Yeah. Do you think his injury and them signing him to that 1-year deal, the finals made it all worth it that they signed him to that contract?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Because now you're there and you're in a situation where you're in the finals. They needed him.
Yeah.
And even with those 3 huge mishaps where it looked like he had a bet on the Raptors for a second, he still was impactful.
Yeah.
People were still running into this mountain that is Boogie and not being able to do anything.
I did not like how the Warriors actually had him on Kyle, though.
Oh, why?
Because he's too big to be guarding Kyle. Like, it just didn't make sense. And I think Kyle was able to get around him almost every time because he's just, when you're just that big, you're just a little slower than a little guy like Kyle, you know? Like, I thought that matchup, when they had that in the second half, was off. It was weird to me.
I think the matchups have just been off a lot through this entire matchup.
Both sides have been trying to figure out what they need to do. And like each time they figure something out, somebody switches it. Yeah, for sure.
Cutie Y says, Lonzo about to carry the Warriors. I mean, I wouldn't be mad because that'll get him off the Lakers squad. So whatever, I'll sign on that.
So going back to this injury, we remember Kobe Bryant had his Achilles injury. He actually went out in April and then had the summer to heal, and then came back 8 months later. Obviously went to Germany. Everyone had, he did this crazy stuff in Germany because he came back one of the shortest that anyone's ever came back, but he was still never able to play the same. What do you think Kevin Durant needs to do in order to get back next season? Or do you think we will see him at all next season?
I think Kevin Durant needs to not come back next season. I think the last thing he needs to do is rush through this injury because technically he rushed through the last one and then here we are.
Which is, I know it's a little bit different, but people don't realize like something being weak on one side, which is the same thing that happened to Derrick Rose. He came back too early and then injured the other side, So it's like when you're overcompensating on one area or another part of your leg or something like that, that's where the injuries happen in different places. And you're just like, and your original injury is still not all the way healed. Plus now you have something else you have to deal with. So
I would advise him to not. I would advise him to wait. He needs
to go to whoever Adrian Peterson trained with.
Right.
It's a different injury, but that guy came back. Des Bryant is doing great, and his was Achilles injury. So go see those people.
Yeah.
Whoever those people were that got them back in shape, that's who you need to go talk to.
I agree. So here's the thing. I don't know, only because the Knicks are on the table. And the Knicks have made the most bonehead decisions when it comes to who they trade, who they pick up. Sorry, Chris. I hope you're.
He knows, though. He knows.
I could easily see the Knicks saying, "Hey, you're hobbled, but here's this max contract anyway, even though you can't play for us."
Okay, so I did a live last week with Chris Clark, and that's what he said. He's like, "I don't care. If Kevin Durant does get hurt, we will still give him the max." So
see. Beggars can't be choosers. That's what my mom always said.
I did believe he would still do that. And because I feel like, I personally would be pissed off at the Warriors as a player. That I feel like Kevin Durant didn't necessarily say, "Come on, coach, put me in the game." I feel like he was like coerced into playing. You know what I mean? Like they forced him into this situation where he was just like, they made him feel bad and said, "You have to play."
I don't think it was the coaches who did it, though. I think it was the players, especially these players that are out here playing through injuries. I think there's that side eye that's like, so you just not going to play? That's what we doing?
Well, maybe.
You don't see I'm hurt. Like, I'm playing and I'm hurt. You know what I mean? Because when it's the finals, you are supposed to put it all on the line.
Yeah.
And if you're cleared to play, then why you can't, it's hard to describe why aren't you playing. But that's when I think the player needs to take onus and say, this is my body and I'm trying to get my money.
Kawhi Leonard did that.
I think Kawhi's a little different because Kawhi was just, I don't want to be here. So even though your doctor say I'm clear, let me go find me an entirely different doctor to say what I want to say.
Who is the doctor that even cleared Kevin Durant? Like I saw so many memes and it was like this little like dorky like Doogie Howser guy that was like, this is the doctor that cleared.
He's an intern.
So I don't think, so you are saying that Kevin Durant shouldn't have been cleared to play?
I'm saying that even if he was cleared to play, that he should have said to himself, what's my end game? If my end game is not to stay with the Warriors, then my health should take priority and no, I'm not playing. That's what I think.
Do you think if he would have chose not to play, would the Warriors have released that they cleared him? Or would they have kept that in-house?
I think they would have kept that in-house. I don't think the Warriors are the Pelicans. I don't think they're going to just be putting stuff out there in an effort to be shady.
Yeah.
Shots
fired. Sorry, all our NOLA fans. I don't think we actually have any. I've never seen anyone say they're a Pelicans fan on here.
Right?
There may be a few Anthony Davis fans, but no Pelican fans.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I'm definitely an Anthony Davis fan, but yeah.
Will the Lakers make it to the finals next season? Cutie, why?
Is that a real question?
Go back to bed and wake up again in 20 minutes.
Well, this is the same person that says Lonzo Ball is going to carry the Warriors. So, do you want
Lonzo to leave and then the Lakers will win? I'm so confused.
I'm confused. Chat us back out on that one.
Pick one. You can't have both.
I mean, you can, but
So, the person who actually takes fault for this whole situation is Bob Myers, who is the GM for the Warriors. Let's just take a look at what he had to say.
Kevin had it's an Achilles injury. I don't know the extent of it. He'll have an MRI tomorrow. Prior to coming back, he went through 4 weeks with our medical team, and it was thorough, and it was experts and multiple MRIs and multiple doctors, and we felt good about the process. He was cleared to play tonight. That was a collaborative decision. I don't believe there's anybody to blame, but I understand this world, and if you have to, you can blame me. I run our basketball operations department.
that was hard to watch.
Jackie, what do you think of this? I mean, should he have taken responsibility? What do you think about him crying about it?
So here's the thing, and I know throughout the sports world, whenever we see players crying, I mean, because there was that time Charles Barkley said when Isaiah lost his sister and he was crying on the sideline, and Charles was like, he shouldn't have been crying. I mean, I understand he's in pain, but I don't want to see that. I don't know if I should be quoting Charles.
Mind you, his sister died like the day before.
So if we're going to say that doesn't warrant a cry, I'm going to go ahead and say that this doesn't warrant a cry. I don't even know if I would take ownership of it because, again, for me, it falls back on KD and what his end goal is and how much the pressure from his fellow players or even his coaches means to him versus what his future means. So I don't, and I saw in the chat somebody said, so CNJ Soldier says fake tears. See, I don't know. It was one of those things where, are you crying? Like, are you crying?
I didn't see any tears. I just I could totally do it was all my fault, and I'm in charge of the basketball operations, so blame me.
Unless he thought he was about to get fired.
Maybe he's crying because he's about to get fired, okay?
Then maybe those are real tears, but...
Your Black Monday will be coming very soon, buddy.
Yeah, but I felt like, is he crying? Don't. I thought it was just over the top. Yeah. I think you can look emotional, maybe, but at the end of the day, it probably wasn't even his decision. It was his doctors, coaches, and KD.
If he was crying, I feel like that's a thing. Guilty. I pressured somebody, or we pressured the doctors to say that he was cleared, even though we really don't think he was. Because if he was cleared to play basketball and he gets re-injured, you shouldn't have anything on you that was like, oh, well, that's our fault. No, it should have been basketball's fault, just because he was fine to play, just like you guys said with Kevon, he was fine to play. He won't get re-injured by playing. It's just playing through the pain. So if you felt like that enough to clear a player to play basketball, then you should feel like that they were okay to play.
Right.
Them being on the court, they would not get re-injured.
Yep.
And those tears that's guilty to me. That means
if there were real tears,
something.
though, my mom calls them crocodile tears when they don't really come out, those fake tears. So I don't know who you're trying to. Who are the tears for? I guess is my question.
I think we were right in saying they're for himself. He possibly thinks he's going to get fired.
So Snarky 9K, thanks for the donation of $2 just to say Lonzo sucks. I kind of agree with that. Do you agree with that?
Why is Lonzo in? Because Jaden Knight also sent $1.99, said Lonzo will be the best point guard of all time.
Oh, so you guys are just paying money to go back and forth?
Is this Lonzo? Is this
like which ball in the family is this?
Somebody's on here, right?
Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't think the tears were actually real. Number one,
I agree.
I don't think they were pointless. They're pointless. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I
the point
agree.
where you stay strong for your team.
Yeah,
if
that's not
anything else.
nobody wants to see, of all people, the GM crying. Like,
Right.
nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Or at least be real and let me see like that single Denzel tear hit the desk. But otherwise, what are you doing?
Okay, so next game is going to be at Oracle on Thursday. The series is 3-2 right now. Do the Warriors win at home? Of course, now without Kevin Durant.
So, I mean, they won last night without Kevin Durant. And that's the thing. Like, I think people
I don't
forget,
think they did, though. They won by 1 point. Kevin Durant scored 11.
Okay, but
And he went at the very beginning of the game. He's the one that, like, brought them up because he had those back-to-back threes.
Okay, but they also went down by 12 after KD went back, and they still came back and won by 1. So
They were only down for 53 seconds.
Down is down. Man down. So I don't know. I just think that I think people miss that the Warriors were the Warriors before KD. I understand that KD definitely elevates the level of play, but he elevated the level of play so they could beat LeBron James. And so LeBron James is not in it. I think that if the Warriors stay consistent.
And I don't think LeBron James was the best player this season, though.
Not this season, but
that's all that matters right now.
Okay, there's a whole other
conversation. Jackie, you're kind of reneging a little bit on what you're saying.
What you mean?
Because you also, at the end of the day, you might say, okay, yes, they won yesterday, but who is winning in how many games?
I'm not talking about anything that's going to downplay LeBron. Is that what you're trying to get me to do
No,
right now?
I'm saying, who did you say was going to win?
I said the Raptors were going to win.
In how many games?
Initially, I said 6, but I switched it to 5 last night. I did. Y'all saw it. Tell her. She wasn't here.
You said, okay, but they didn't win in 5, so they're going to win in 6.
So my very first, before we started the finals, was Raptors in 6. But then after, the Raptors started looking superb, I said, okay, Raptors in 5.
And now it's back to 6.
Now it's back to 6.
So that means game 6, which is at Oracle, you don't think they're going to win at home? They're going to get swept at Oracle Arena in the finals.
Yes, theoretically. However, but I want the Raptors to understand this.
She's trying to be politically correct.
I'm not. I just need the Raptors to understand this. Don't get baited in to playing the Warriors game. That's all. And it's easy to do in Oracle with those fans, and then you start panicking, and the Splash Brothers get hot. I get it, but you got to play your game, because if I'm wrong again, it's just gonna make me look bad.
Yeah. I think besides the few mistakes that the Raptors did make in the game, late in the game, like you were talking about the Nick Nurse, and then having Kyle take that 3 when he could have just went for 2, or like, you know what I mean? Like, besides their mismanagement of the last few minutes of the game, to me, the Raptors would have won that.
I agree.
And so, and I do think they did have a couple, and in like those last few minutes where they did get a little like, I think they played worse because they were at home, because there was their fans. They felt the pressure to win at home and stuff like that. So I think it wasn't. I don't think when I saw them in Golden State, I didn't feel like they were fazed at all by the Warriors fans. I feel like they were more fazed by their own fans.
Like that, like maybe all that pressure of bringing the first one home
and winning at home. Yeah,
okay, that's a fair statement.
I felt like they were like that. Let's continue talking about the fans, because the reason why they did not win last night. This is why the Raptors did not win at home last night, was because the basketball gods came down and said, hell no, you guys are not going to win after you cheer for a player who is down on the ground injured.
I agree with that.
I just felt like that's just disgusting.
It is.
And obviously earlier we were talking about the same thing happened with my Cowboys, with the Eagles fans.
Terrible. They're terrible.
And I honestly, as much as everybody who's not a Warriors fan is going for the Raptors because they want the underdog, they want somebody else to win, and they want somebody who has never won a championship or never even been to NBA Finals to win. But yesterday, even all those people, I think, still did not want the Raptors to win last night.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
And I get it, because even though, like, I am not a KD fan by any stretch of the imagination. I do think he's a Judas. But you never want to see, and that's the beautiful thing about sports to me, is like it's supposed to bring us all together. Like we've seen this in football so many times. Somebody's down, and no matter who it is, all the fans are standing up. Players from both sides are kneeling. Yeah. Because that's the last thing you want to see is someone get hurt. So I definitely think the fans handled that wrong. And if the karma gods are the reason why the Raptors lost, then fans, you brought it on yourself. You definitely deserve it. But shout out to one specific fan, because Drake was not having it. And he was trying to tell them, stop, this is inappropriate. So I got to shout out Drake on that one.
That was a good move by Drake, because, you know, at the end of the day, he is the biggest troll of a Raptors fan. But when it comes down to stuff like that, it's just kind of more important than basketball. It's like you can have your fun and toss back like jabs at each other, but that was not a moment to do that. And I'm so glad Drake has enough respect for the game of basketball, which a lot of you Raptor fans, I felt like, did not last night.
And it's not even about the game. It's about this human being that is in pain and is hurt. That's not something you cheer at ever if you have an ounce of coos.
Yeah.
So.
And I know you guys maybe aren't used to being in those situations and noticing that, but that's just little common courtesy for you Raptor fans. Don't do that again.
Yeah, ever.
That was bad. And even, you know, some of the Raptors players were like telling, like Danny Green and Kyle Lowry were telling you guys stop, chill. Like, that's not a cool thing to do.
Right. Now, if he got fouled out or thrown
that's
out,
when you cheer.
then you cheer. I'd have been all for that.
He's getting ejected. Yeah. Technicals, yes.
All that. Yay.
All of that. Yeah.
But when someone's hurt,
that's not what you do.
Wrong.
That was not cool. So that was all the basketball gods that came back and gave them their karma for cheering for him.
You know, you got to take that one on the chest.
But going back into Drake, he could have actually been part of the reason why they didn't win either, because he wasn't petty enough yesterday. He had no crazy outfits on.
Nothing.
Like, there was nothing, and
I said that. You got to stick to
he's
what's
their
worked.
mascot. You know, you can't change the game when it's going in your favor.
Now, I understand that mama's kind of put you in timeout, so you can't really be loud and obnoxious. But you've worn something every game that's like a silent jab. And this time you just come in all black.
You got to do that.
Yeah, it looked like he was in mourning already. Oh, technically we're in all black, which technically I am in mourning, but whatever.
But yeah, you got to do that. Even like, I remember a couple years ago when Dak Prescott first joined the Cowboys, and we ended up going on a great run that year. Every win and everyone thought we were going to be horrible. Every game, the night before a game, I would wear a Cowboys t-shirt to bed, the same shirt every week I wore that shirt, we won the next day. So I never changed. Obviously, playoff is different. So once we got to playoffs and I did it, it didn't work anymore. But I needed to find a new thing for playoffs, I guess. But, like, every game, and to me, as a fan, fans always think this, like, it's your fault. If you do something off and your team doesn't win, it's your fault. And, like, sports fans are super superstitious anyway. So, like, Drake, you messed up, buddy.
Yep.
So really, the fans was what lost it for the Raptors. That is the conclusion I am coming to.
That's the conclusion I have too. But Nicholas Houston says Drake is irrelevant. This is basketball, not music. It's obnoxious to want to be seen in that manner. It's ridiculous. I highly disagree.
It's fun.
I as a super fan, love to see other super fans, and he has a higher level of super fandom because he is on the sideline. I think that
he's their little mascot. It's fun, you know. I mean, that's just like Jack Nicholson with the Lakers, or Spike Lee with the Knicks. You know, like it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, and if you think Drake's bad, never ever watch a game with me when LeBron's playing. It's over.
Never
the top.
watch a Cowboys game with me. Period.
We're gonna have to do that.
Well, we should just do a live of us watching games.
Yeah. Oh, but I need someone to have the bleep button ready. Just fun fact.
Can we cuss Leo?
If I'm watching a game, I cannot be held responsible for what comes out of my mouth.
So Drake actually posted something on IG.
Okay, of course he did. He's Drake.
Yeah. That's one tradition he did stick with. He posted something on IG. and said this: was tough for any of us to even enjoy that game tonight after seeing this transpire. Praying for our brother. That's my only concern tonight, is your well-being. The game needs me is an understatement when it comes to 35. Please wish the best for this true Warrior.
That is a fantastic quote. Shouts out to
Who
Drake.
wrote that for you, Drake? No, I'm kidding. He wrote that
You
himself.
hear his songs.
Yeah.
You see how sentimental he is.
He's sensitive.
He's sensitive. No, I love that. I think that's great. I know that Drake also does have some love for the Warriors too, but I know that, I mean, anyone should make this quote, right? Just seeing anyone go down is hard. It's kind of pulls at your heartstrings a little bit, especially sports fans who knows how hard it is to come back from this type of injury. Because, I mean, the game without KD, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like an entire season without KD. I mean, I won't be mad, but speaking of basketball gods, that's what happens when you just abandon your boy.
Yeah. I don't, I mean, I can do without KD for a season.
Who could you not do without in a season?
I mean, I already had to do. My favorite player is Damian Lillard. I love how he plays. So I would be sad to have him out for a season.
I would be
because he just reminds me of old school basketball. Like, he just goes out there, he plays. He doesn't have to say too much. He does what he does on the field. He'll have his little like with him and Russell Westbrook, how they have their little thing. Like, I just love, it's just good old basketball, you know, like every time I see him play. So he's my favorite player. So I would actually be sad if he.
Yeah, I love him too.
If he's play.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun to watch. Aside from LeBron, I would not want to see a season without Russell. I love Russell.
Yeah.
Hero ball, I understand, but Russell hero ball is a little different. Yeah. And I'm here for it.
Yeah. He's fun to watch. For a while, he actually had to grow on me because I'm just like, oh, he's always crying, trying to get a foul, da-da-da. He's kind of just, but I love his passion, you know? Like, he's like the OBJ of basketball to me, you know? And they're just passionate guys. They just love the game. And, like, sometimes they cry about it a little bit too much, but he's actually gotten better. I think James Harden's probably a bigger crybaby now.
Well, he just flops more than, and then,
Yeah.
But
I mean, great flops either.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Off season, work on your flop game. That's right advice. If you're gonna keep doing it, I need a little bit better.
Right.
All right. Predictions for Game 6. I think we talked a lot about it, but maybe let's go into the chat and let us know what you guys think. Who's gonna win Game 6, the Warriors or the Raptors?
Killing it. Parkour says, I wouldn't like to see a season without Kyrie. Okay.
We've spent time without him. Not a whole season, but, you know, he's missed finals and play. Like, I don't know. I'm okay without him.
So, Mr. NoHo says, Raptors in 6, they won't lose 3 games in a row. Wait.
They didn't.
They
didn't win.
I love how our brains are not
the last 2 games. Yeah. They won Game 2. So that wouldn't be 3 in a row. Maybe he means they won't lose 3. No.
Yeah. So
what is he talking? Maybe he means Warriors won't lose 3 games at home.
Oh, maybe that's what he means. That would make more sense.
Instead of Raptors.
It's early. We understand.
I can't even process it because I just don't get what he's trying to say. Jacob said Raptors in 6 as well. Jaden Knight, Raptors in 7. Hey, somebody shouted my Clippers out. Clippers in 7 though. Thank you for
as in years.
I actually didn't include. Hey, chill. Because we get Kawhi next year, and you know. I
don't know if he's going to go across the hall. I definitely think he's coming to LA.
He's not going to the Lakers. He doesn't like the glitz and glam. He's not going to the Lakers.
He definitely is not a glitz and glam type of guy. But I think what he needs to realize is if he goes to the Clippers, he's gonna get that
super max deal.
He is
with a team that's just a bunch of chill guys that just like to play basketball.
Who all of a sudden are gonna have glitz and glam just because Kawhi is there.
No.
This is LA.
They're not gonna have it like
LA.
They're not gonna have it like if he went to the Lakers.
That's true.
So it's the least of the crazy. And he wants to come back home.
I mean, we definitely want him here. I don't care which team he plays on. If Kawhi is here, I think I would end up going with you to some Clippers games.
Hey,
and
they're
losing
fun.
my voice.
Clippers games are fun.
So yes, I'm all for Kawhi coming to LA. That's all I'm about right now. I'm definitely predicting the Raptors to win. I
have that as well.
I definitely want them to win this next game, but either way, I have them winning the series.
Yeah. I have them winning in 6. But I also am nervous because I don't know how this will affect Kawhi's decision to come to the Clippers. So whatever makes Kawhi want to come to the Clippers more, whether it's winning this championship or losing this championship, that's what I want to happen.
See, I think it's half a dozen on one side, 6 on the other at this point, because you've taken this franchise further than they've ever been, so that's success. I mean, obviously, the cherry on top would be, taking the ring home.
Yeah, and he already has a ring, so I don't think he's, dying for a ring. So I don't think getting another ring is going to affect it that much. But imagine Kawhi taking this team that's never been to an NBA Finals and then winning it with them, and then going to the Clippers next year and taking them even to a Western Conference Finals. That just, puts you at a spot so much higher than so many other players because, LeBron was able to go to, Miami and go to the Cavs, but right now he wasn't able to do it with the Lakers so far. But for Kawhi to do it in one season, LeBron, it still took him a couple years both places. So Kawhi would be way up there if he was able to do something like that.
I agree. As much as I want Kawhi in LA, I actually would love to see him stay in Toronto. I think that this squad that they have right now is amazing. I think they're doing amazing things. And to break up the band would kind of suck, but I get it. I wouldn't feel about him coming to the Clippers, obviously, the way I felt like about KD being a Judas and going to the team that he couldn't beat. So I think that Kawhi is not only that player, he's that guy that you kind of love and want him to be happy no matter what he does. So he's never going to be called a snake or anything like that. Yeah.
Just 'cause he laughs
Do
so
the laugh. That is great.
And on that note, we are going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see. When's the next live? Thursday. So Friday.
Yeah.
So I won't see you. Jackie will be here. Hopefully Chris will be alive and well at that time.
He might be in therapy. He's going through therapy until Friday. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be all right. We'll see you guys next time.